To navigate the daily reality of grassroots community work in India is to step into a relentless, hyper-local ecosystem. The demands are immediate, the case is chaotic, and the focus is entirely on the specific geography right in front of you. This gap illustrates a common problem in development work. At the ground level, individual communities often operate in isolation, unaware of the broader strategies and structural innovations happening at the global level. On August 4, 1997, Prasad found himself waiting out a flight delay in Bombay, a rare moment of stillness away from his usual environment. He was heading for Kenya, not for a holiday, but on a mission to see how his local work fit into a much larger international picture. He landed in Nairobi at precisely 5 p.m. local time. After adjusting his watch by 2.5 hours, he stepped into a new geography and a different set of challenges. Before the work began, he placed a brief phone call to his family in Madanapalli, letting them know he had arrived safely. The days ahead would test whether stepping entirely out of his familiar world in India would change the way he approached his work upon his return. The next morning, the Kenyan landscape revealed itself. Prasad joined his colleagues driving westward, passing through the vast green tea estates of Kericho. By mid-afternoon, they reached their destination, the Development Training Center in Kiboswa. There was little time for rest. Almost immediately, he presented Action 8 strategies to his new colleagues, shifting from the role of a traveler to that of an active participant. During brief breaks, he visited the shores of Lake Victoria. Watching the local fishermen, he saw a world that looked different from his own, yet felt deeply connected to the labor and the communities he served back home. Gaining a broader perspective requires this kind of temporary, deliberate removal from one's own familiar context. From August 6th to the 9th, the training center became a hub of constant discussion. The schedule was demanding, with sessions often stretching late into the evening. This was the Access Workshop. It brought together people from diverse backgrounds to debate, present, and reflect on the best ways to drive change. Prasad wasn't there just to listen. He was an active architect of the discussions, testing his own education and development methods against the experiences as international peers. The culmination of these sessions arrived on August 8th, with the creation of the Declaration of the Kiboswa Workshop. This document outlined a specific plan for structural reform in education work, creating a framework that could be applied across different countries. For Prasad, the declaration was a tangible bridge between global theory and the localized work that often happens in isolation. The mission concluded on August 10th. Following a final meeting with leadership in Nairobi, Prasad prepared for an immediate return to India. The journey back was a high-speed transit across time zones. He left Nairobi at 6:45 p.m. and landed in Mumbai at 3:10 a.m. the following morning. By 6:15 a.m., he was already on a connecting flight to Bangalore. After a brief stop at the Action 8 office in the city, he boarded a bus for the final leg of the trip back to Madanapalli. Most travelers would have taken a day or two to recover from crossing continents in such a short window. But by 3 p.m. that afternoon, less than 24 hours after leaving Nairobi, Prasad was already back at his desk. He was now back in the grassroots environment where he started, but he was looking at his familiar tasks through the lens of the reforms drafted in Kiboswa. The African journey ended at that desk, as the ideas he gathered abroad began to find expression in the local community work he performed every day.